I do kind of like the Snow Tiger outfit, though.
Hearts
Unis.
on fire.
Keep going.
No, that's all I
Living
got.
What's
in
up?
America.
God. What's up, everybody? Welcome to White Men Can't Pod. I'm your host, Ryan, and those two beautiful singers are Bill and Wally. Welcome to episode 39.
Finally,
Oh shit! I gotta pull
Took
that
a
up.
while.
we got there.
Wally screwed it up.
Oh,
I
shut
just
up.
meant finally we watched this movie.
Yeah, it's Wally's fault.
Yeah, we missed 1 week.
You had to go to New York City.
Yeah, and I couldn't watch the movie. So, and since I was the one
What
reading
were you?
this,
What were you doing? You should have just said, "Everybody, I got to watch Rocky IV," and everyone
and
was
take
like,
notes,
"Great, great."
and take notes.
Yes.
Can't take notes with other people in the
What
room
kind of
talking.
What kind of dedication do
You
you have to
know
this show?
those people would talk through my movie, though.
You don't like when people talk through
I
movies.
hate when people talk through my movies.
Depends on the movie.
Which movie do you want people talking through? I'd love to
Sometimes
know.
some of these are
Yeah.
okay to talk through.
If I've seen it before, if everyone's seen it before, that's fine.
Yes.
Talk through it.
If it's a bad movie,
If it's a bad movie, you just
you know
shut
what's
it off.
you know what's a good movie to talk through? John Wick. Great movie to talk to.
You can talk through.
Fun.
it. I just finally.
He
watched,
never says anything.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
there's
fun.
finally watched
dialogue.
the most recent one.
Oh,
The
John Wick
4?
4?
Yeah,
4 is good.
you guys have seen it?
No.
You haven't seen it?
Okay.
Nope.
Because
I
I
thought you
was
did.
about. To
I haven't
do a
seen
spoiler.
3 or 4 because we were going to watch 3 for the show, the old show. We never did. And then
You
we're...
didn't watch Parabola?
No. Perineum?
Perineum, John Wick Perineum.
Perineum?
Oh, I like Parabola better.
What do you got against
Better than Perineum? What, you don't like Perineums?
Yeah, but that... I don't know. Parabola is funnier. It's closer to the
Is it?
word.
I don't think
It's,
it is.
it's closer to the actual
Let's take
word.
a poll. www. Is perineum funnier than parabola.com?
That's
All
a
right.
great website.
It is. I'm sure it's available. Rocky Balboa proudly holds the world heavyweight
Hurls?
boxing holds the heavyweight championship of the world, but a new challenger has stepped forward. Drago, a 6'4", 261-pound fighter who has the backing of the Soviet Union. How'd you first see Rocky IV?
I don't have any idea. I've
Yeah,
seen
like
it so much.
when we were younger.
I feel like when I was born, they just put this on
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the room.
Of the other three, I was surprised at how much the movie I had never seen before.
Of this one?
No, of the first three.
Oh, okay.
Rocky IV, no
Seen
part of it was
Seen
that
it
way.
all.
Yes.
Seen it all. Yes.
There's a part of the Drago training that really was cracking me up. We'll obviously get there. But
Yeah.
There's one thing that I didn't notice before. Like that seems kind of silly to me.
When he's sprinting up the incline? Or
No. That's important.
He's doing all the same exercises that that Rocky does, but
just
But
on
in
machines.
in a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with something being injected into him.
Stallone didn't do any of that.
Never.
All right. I first saw this in that TNT montage for sure.
Probably.
And
Oh, yeah.
could never stop. Could never turn away from a certain scene, which is the greatest scene in all movies.
Greatest scene of any movie.
They used to do that a lot for like right around Christmas, or was
Yeah,
it right
for
around
sure.
Thanksgiving?
Maybe both.
Probably both.
Probably both. Okay.
Maybe both. I love those. I don't. Do they do that anymore? I know they do the Christmas Story 24
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah, they still do that.
But do they still do like the montages on TNT, like or the montages?
I haven't actually had a
The,
cable in a while.
you know what I'm
so I
talking
don't
about.
Harry Potter, they do
They play them all in a
that
row.
plays nearly
Yeah.
24/7 all year round. So
Well, yeah, that's true.
know. What channel plays that all year?
well, I mean, ABC Family, which is not what is it now? Is well that no, it's not even the new thing. anymore.
Freeform, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I feel like it's something newer than that though. But
Maybe. All right. While you're in charge of Rocky IV,
yes, so let's go to the box office game. The budget. The budget.
I
Let's do
wanted
the
to.
budget.
I was looking this up to try to get not this
Cheating?
one.
To cheat.
Yeah, with the cheat.
yeah,
to cheat.
right.
Okay.
But I wanted to make notes of the first three because we had been doing comparisons.
Yep.
There was something that we kind of screwed up on the Rocky 3 box office.
Oh.
We had put it at $125 million, which you said is still good, but much lower than the other ones.
Yeah.
That was the North American one.
Oh, what was the worldwide?
$270 million.
Okay.
what?
So
How did
really?
I mess that
from
up?
Rocky 2.
How did I mess that
Because I think on IMDb it only showed the one.
up?
But on Wikipedia it showed them both, and so I looked into it to figure out what why the huge discrepancy.
Okay.
I'm curious because 3 there was no real big audience for like the worldwide audience, whereas this one's got Russia, so you're gonna get a big audience from Russia watching this movie, even though it is propaganda.
I feel like in the 80s you couldn't get a lot of American stuff in Russia
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, no.
or in the USSR. Excuse me.
Right? That's true.
So yeah, budget game. What would you guys like to say?
Well, I'm looking at the first 3 budgets, so I'll go up from there.
Okay.
It's gotta be-
Would you like to give Ryan the first 3 budgets so you're not
I
cheating?
guess if he wants them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
went,
just give me the last one. I don't need the first 2.
okay. Rocky 3 was budgeted at 17 mil.
So this has got to be 35 mil.
I'm gonna say just 20 mil.
Bill wins. It's 30 million.
All right.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
And how about the worldwide gross? I've got the worldwide gross here.
Wait, what did you say that was? 30 million?
30 million. Yep.
Let's see. So
I feel like this is a big movie.
210 million
The last time it was 275.
world. 270 million.
Wow, damn. 270.
It went it went 225, 200.1, 270 for Rocky 3.
300 mil.
Ryan wins.
Wow.
It was 300,473,728.
Wow.
So you win by 473,728. That's
Wow.
impressive. That's very.
What was the
Oh.
number?
300,473,728.
So 300 million. Would be.
Okay.
Wow, it's a big take.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie. It's worth it.
10
Deserved
times the estimated budget.
That's a lot of money
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
based on a $30 million
Sounds
budget.
like they're going to say, well, we got to make a 5. Can't screw this train up. Might as well keep going.
Ugh.
Okay. So, we're going to start the movie once I get to the top. Starts with the end of Rocky 3, just like all the other ones have
Sure.
done so far.
Ding. Ding.
Get our first montage of the end of the last movie.
Yep, you get Rocky beating Mr. T, and then Apollo and Rocky, the freeze frame. Ding, ding.
Awesome.
And we pick it up like that day, though, because he has like bruises from his fight.
He's coming
Yes.
home.
Yes, he comes home to his son. His kid's videoing him for Paulie's birthday. They they say, Paulie, we got you a present. And in comes a
Oh, my.
robot. Fantastic robot. Looks
The-
like...
The robot.
What
I gotta
does it
tell
look
you,
like? It looks
the
like
robot.
the Lost in Space robot,
Kind
I
of,
think.
yeah, a little bit.
I remember this being a funny part of the
oh my
movie.
god.
Watching it now, I didn't love the robot. I think maybe because A, it's just there's no reason for it except to waste time.
Happy
and B,
birthday,
because
Paulie.
Paulie makes it so weird.
After this, yes, he
you
does.
don't like how he made that's the funniest thing in the
I've
world to me
never-
that he
I've yet to really enjoy Paulie in any.
Paulie's kind of the worst character in these movies.
he's not as bad in this one. He's
He's just weird. He's
he
not
just
a
wants
jerk as
he,
much.
he just
Yeah.
wants to have relations with a robot.
He sure does.
This is true. So
He
the
says something. I hope you quote it because I don't remember it now. But something real creepy at one point.
The
Maybe.
robot says creepy stuff.
Yeah,
Yes, but so does Paulie.
about the robot.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
darling or whatever.
So the robot comes in holding Paulie's cake, and he's creeped out by it. Rocky then Rocky and Adrian are in bed. He brings in a wedding cake for Adrian. They've been together. They've been married for 9 years now. And then he says, "Open your prize." Not present.
Yep.
Open your prize.
Okay, open your prize. It sounds like a dirty thing.
Yeah, he got her a watch, but don't be worried. It's not a snake. It might look like a snake, but it's not a snake.
Oh, he's rich, Rocky now.
He's still dumb
Yep.
because
Well, he's gotten his head punched.
a lot because that's his style. That's how he boxes. He just blocks the
gets
people's
beat up.
punches with his face.
Yes.
He sure does.
Ivan Drago comes to the U.S. and Apollo's playing in his pool with his dogs while watching the TV. He sees that Drago's entering pro boxing, and Drago wants an exhibition match with Rocky, and
Which-
Apollo's not happy about that.
Ballsy to be granted an Olympic gold medalist, but then to say, "I want to fight He at this point is the heavyweight champ, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
I want an exhibition against the best boxer in the world. The fact that anyone would give this the time of day is silly. But it is Cold War, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all know Apollo is a businessman first.
That's true.
Boxer
He is
second.
a businessman.
He sees the opportunity here and makes some cash.
Apollo's not happy about this. Rocky is washing his car while his son plays with the robot. And he tells his son, what's his son's name? Is it Rocky Jr.?
Isn't it?
We'll
I think
say-
it's Rocky, isn't it?
We'll say it's Rocky Jr. He tells Rocky Jr. that he doesn't, or he fights so Jr. doesn't have to. Because Jr. is saying, "Oh, I want to be a boxer just like you." He's like, "No, don't. You got to use your head, man. Like, but not for punching." Apollo calls and Rocky picks the phone up on.
Why does the robot
I'm the
have
robot.
service in this era? He's so rich he can do that?
Yeah.
Apparently. Drago and the Russians are showing the U.S. media his training methods.
It is Rocky Jr.
It is Rocky Jr.?
Yes.
All right. The Russian official says that the average fighter hits with 750 pounds per square inch.
Which I feel like it's much more than that. But
Yeah. And Drago hits on average with 1850. That's more than double.
A lot more.
Apollo shows up and tells them he wants to do the exhibition match instead of Rocky. Oh, he shows up to the house, to Rocky's house. He says he wants to do the match instead of Rocky. And now the robot comes in with a female voice and a beer for Paulie. And Apollo's like, what the fuck is going... What is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
Very
doing?
distracted by this
Rocky,
robot.
what are you doing?
Rocky, I took you to the gross basement of the place I trained in Los Angeles. How do you own a robot now?
Listen, be a real life civilian or civilized person and play weird dog ball in your pool. Like me.
Adrian doesn't want Apollo to fight because he's been retired for 5 years, and she thinks it's a bad idea.
Okay. Why the fuck
surprising.
does she get an opinion in this? I mean, I like
Because she's
right.
the intelligent
Whoa.
one.
like you're not a boxer or a trainer or any of
You
that.
just said that women
Women-
and wives
yeah.
specifically
No.
should not have
So
opinions.
She's
Don't
not
have opinions.
Apollo's wife. I would understand it if it was Apollo's wife.
That's her friend.
Are
You
they
don't
friends?
see-
No, they're
You don't see
yes.
any scenario in which
Are they
Mrs.
friends?
Podcast would tell me not to do something dumb.
This is podcast.
Mrs. Podcast.
You don't see any way she would tell me that's stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well,
she
you
was.
live a different life than Apollo Creed. I will say
That is
that.
true.
You live a much different life than Apollo Creed.
And I like during the exhibition, aren't they sitting next to each other? Adrian and Mrs. Apollo.
they're a buds.
They
Yeah.
rub. They rub butts. Is
They're
that what you
buds.
just said?
They were buds.
They were buds. Okay.
They didn't rub
honest
butts.
to God, I honest to God
They
thought you
rubbed
said
butts.
they rub butts. Like,
Maybe
what
they
the
rub
fuck
butts.
are you talking about? What movie did you watch, Bill?
Oh boy! Don't ask that question.
All right, so let's
Rock hard for.
see.
Team Patrol 4? Oh no!
Oh.
Okay, all right. Apollo and Rocky are they go and they watch their second fight between each other. Rocky tries to have a heart-to-heart, but Apollo gets mad, and he's basically he misses the rush of being a fighter. He wants to be a warrior again. And Rocky,
So are we supposed to assume that Rocky retired him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
But they just had that
Their
little exhibition, and obviously
yeah.
Apollo did well in the exhibition.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe that's why he's like, all right, I can still do it. I can hang with the champ.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you do also look at this
That makes sense.
this Russian dude and be like, all right, he's big and strong, but he's not a real fighter.
He's not going to be able to keep up with
Yeah.
Apollo's
Yeah, he's not a pro.
movement in the ring.
You fight good, but I'm a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So Rocky agrees to be in his corner. Apollo and Drago are holding a press conference. Apollo's joking around a lot and then gets offended when Drago's wife says Drago will win just Like she's just like, oh, this will be a good win for my husband.
I will say
Like, whoa, what do you mean?
they have the actual. He only has like 4 lines the whole movie,
Yeah.
and they're all excellent.
Yes.
He nails it. So they have 2 mouthpieces. They have his wife, Brigitte Nielsen,
Yes.
and the other guy.
The official, yeah.
The other guy, the official, is like your Russian propagandist. He's saying inflammatory stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bridget Nielsen is saying reasonable things about her husband. Like later when she's like, we have to leave because he's getting death threats. That is supposed to, I think, come off as anti-American. But
Yeah.
she's just like, oh, we're going home because we're not safe here.
Yeah.
She could be lying.
I suppose it's true.
Brigitte Nielsen. Was she hot to you
In this movie?
in this movie?
Yes. In an
Yes.
in an 80s movie kind of way.
Okay.
I mean, not like when she was hanging out with
Flavor Flav.
Flav. but-
What a transition to go from Dolph Lundgren
To
to Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Were they actually together, her and Dolph?
I believe they were.
Oh, were they?
I
That I
believe
don't
so. Mrs. Podcast said that, and I trust her.
I believe
I would
her,
believe it. Too.
her
Yeah.
pop culture IQ.
Mrs. Podcast, I love that.
Mrs. Podcast.
So Apollo then
As
loses
though we
his
haven't said her
cool
name
when
many
the
times.
Russian coach calls him a has-been. Then we go to Rocky and Apollo in his dressing room before the match. Rocky thinks he should back out of the fight since they don't know nothing about Drago, and
Yeah,
it's
give
just
some
an
time.
exhibition
He still
match.
is like, don't fight him.
Yeah, it's just an exhibition match that doesn't mean anything. Like you're not gonna lose any faith. Like it doesn't mean anything.
But if you were to back out in that scenario,
Yeah,
you would
you'll-
look like a bitch. You
Yeah.
would look
Oh,
awful.
bad. Terrible.
You would look real bad.
You would have to do the like, oh, I broke my hand during training. I
Yeah.
can't fight.
But during the introductions,
Yeah.
you're just like, nah, that wouldn't look good.
Yeah, Apollo
Especially with what
doesn't.
he's got planned.
Apollo doesn't think the same way as Rocky. It's like he's viewing it as a potential comeback. Yeah, he sees this exhibition as him getting back into boxing. Drago is standing in the middle of the ring in the dark.
Yeah, it's very quiet. There's no crowd.
Yeah. And
All right,
then
this description needs to take at least 25 minutes
Okay.
of this podcast. Because it's the greatest scene in movie history.
So the above him, the hit to him, the ceiling starts opening and the ring starts raising because he's below the stage where they're going to be fighting. How does he not know that this is going to happen?
Well, how could anyone know that this is what's going to happen?
That okay, well no,
he
no.
entered into an empty ring in an
With
empty
no one
arena.
around, yes,
Yeah,
and
it
he's
was
just
very dark.
I'm just going to fight
There was
here.
nobody there.
What? You've not seen the rest of the arena? Also, what kind of hydraulic system does this take to lift the entire floor up like that?
So the ring is being raised up to the stage level because they're in Las Vegas. They're in like just a normal,
They're in a casino or something.
yeah, like
The
what do they
MGM
call it?
Grand or something like that.
like the showrooms or whatever. And then we get James Brown, who is credited not as like James Brown.
yes.
He's credited on IMDb as
the Godfather,
of Soul.
baby.
Well, true. That
Amazing.
he is.
Amazing.
And he sings "Living in America."
Living in America.
But then there's so much.
They cut out the part where he says "Cahoes," which I didn't love, but Cahoes, New York.
Pittsburgh, PA. Atlanta.
Goes New York.
Atlanta doesn't need a state. Atlanta.
He doesn't.
Cohoes and Waterville.
So Apollo's dressed as Uncle Sam, and he's really hamming it up. This is all my notes on this, so you guys take it away.
In the first one,
Oh my God.
he's dressed as like Washington or something.
Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
So this is not a completely new thing.
No, he loves America. Apollo loves
But
America.
boy, oh boy, is Uncle Sam telling getting
I
in
want
Dolph's
you.
face, going, "I want you."
Didn't he do that?
So good.
I feel like he did that the first movie too to Rocky.
Yeah.
He
something
started
like that.
as George Washington, got in the ring, and he put on the hat, and he became Uncle Sam.
Yes.
I want you, Stallion.
Yes.
I
He
want
did.
you.
Yes.
Um,
Him dancing for 19 minutes with James Brown while James Brown does
Yeah.
the entire Living in America song. Not just a little bit. He does the whole
They got the
thing.
Vegas showgirls.
The
whole
showgirls.
thing.
And then I like how he just gets in at the end. He's like, I feel good. He gets in his like other song in there at the end.
so we get.
I do like when they do the thing where they throw the
coat
jacket
over him.
back over his shoulders and lead him off at the end.
Yep.
He's tired after his
Yeah.
after his performance.
He is. He's sweating quite a bit.
There's nothing worse than having that scene and then having Apollo die 5 minutes later. It sucks. I'm
Spoilers.
so upset.
We haven't
Spoilers.
gotten there yet.
Every single time I watch this movie, I get so happy when I see him come out, and so upset when he dies. I get so mad.
So there's a great contrast of Russia being no nonsense, and then America has all the flash. Apollo is getting introduced, and he has so many nicknames that Rocky's like, "You got enough nicknames?
Yeah, this is
We're almost done."
this is a wrestler introduction if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Also love that.
The ref then goes over the rules as they touch gloves. Apollo goes to smack Drago's gloves, but he has no reaction to it. His hands stay firmly in place, and
He's like,
Apollo realized, oh, this might not be good.
this isn't gonna go well. My trainer doesn't even believe me. Rocky does not think you should fight
My
this.
best friend and trainer does not believe in me.
Neither does Duke. Duke
No.
doesn't believe in him either.
No, he doesn't.
Throw in the towel.
I love Duke in this movie. This is Duke's best performance.
I mean, he gets more and more screen time as we go through.
He
the
has
movies.
an amazing little like pep talk that he gives
Yeah.
in Russia.
Yeah, he sure does.
All right, so the fight starts. Apollo's moving around a bit and getting some jabs in.
Yeah, Paolo's looking good the first minute and a half.
Yeah, he's
Just
punching. Drago's just kind of like rearing back his hand. He's looking like he's waiting to unload, but he's not taking any shots. And then all of a sudden, his trainer yells, "Rah!" I don't know what he says. He yells something in Russian, and
Give
Drago.
us a Russian word, Wally.
Drago just starts unleashing some vicious haymakers.
We don't need Russia against us.
Yeah.
What are you
That's
doing?
He's unleashing some huge haymakers on Apollo. He throws them around the ring for the rest of the round. The bell sounds, but Drago keeps hitting Apollo.
Yeah,
They
cheap
finally-
shots.
And in an exhibition, they let this happen. This is the
Yeah.
second exhibition we've seen. We've seen Thunderlips take liberties
Yep.
in an
It's true.
exhibition that they couldn't handle and stop. Now it was happening again.
So they finally get separated. Apollo gets to his corner, and he tells Rocky not to stop the fight for anything. Even though Rocky's like, I'm going to throw in the towel if you get hit a couple more times. I'm throwing it in. Don't stop this fight for nothing. Second round starts, and Drago's just absolutely unleashing on Apollo again.
Don't throw in the towel.
Rocky picks the towel up. Creed's wife yells, "Stop the fight."
Yeah,
It's Rocky's fault that Apollo's dead,
that's where we're headed.
right?
Duke yells at Rocky to throw in the towel. Throw in the towel, man! And then Rocky just drops the towel, and as he drops it, Apollo takes one more vicious hook to the face and falls to the ground, and he hits the ground as the towel hits the ground.
I want to give Carl Weathers some props here too, because he's laying in the ring and he starts doing like the body shakes.
Yep.
thing.
Oh yeah.
he does.
Now that Carl Weathers is dead
Is he?
in this movie series, my God, this guy was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
What an incredible run!
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, where'd I go?
Yeah, we don't know he's dead yet, and then we very quickly go to the next scene.
Yes.
Off funeral.
Well, so they get in the ring. The ring is immediately mobbed by reporters and cameramen.
So-
Rocky's just on the ground holding Creed.
Again, another scene where they're in a Rocky movie where there should be doctors around.
Yes.
And
Get a doctor.
there is none. So are we to
Nobody-
assume that
yeah.
Apollo died because no doctor was able to get to
Didn't
him?
help. Oh, we finally get him speaking though. In the,
You get
post
Drago's first lines.
his best line too.
Is it? He's got
he
like
dies-
3 different awesome
he
ones.
does.
If he dies, he dies.
If he does,
He does.
he does.
Okay. And then you're mad about getting death threats? He just said he doesn't give a fuck if he killed this guy.
Next scene, we go to the funeral, and Rocky is given a eulogy out at like graveside.
He gives him the belt from the first movie.
That's right. And all of a sudden, Rocky versus Drago is already set.
Yep. He's decided he needs a revenge fight.
Yep.
Fuck yes. Let's do 90 minutes of montage training and let's get this fucking fight going.
First, we have to do though the montage of.
The montage of the montage.
Here's what happened in the last 3 movies.
Yep.
Between these two foes become friends.
So we immediately go to a press conference where the Russian official says that Drago is a perfect human being and Rocky doesn't stand a chance. Rocky then gives the details of the fight. It's going to be on Christmas Day. And then they go, oh, where is it going to be? He says, Russia. They're like, what? And Paul, I like how Paul goes, what?
No excuses. He wants no excuses when he wins
This
this
is
fight.
what they said they could do it.
They're trying to fuck with Rocky.
Oh yeah.
So they say the
They're
Russians...
trying to fuck with America.
Well, the Russians say that this is where Bridget Nielsen says that she fears for her husband's life. They're getting death threats, and all the media is just booing them.
all
Paulie-
very reasonable things.
Yeah, Paulie says something rude, of course, because it's Paulie.
Yeah.
I said Paulie gives his 2 cents like always, and the Russian official takes offense, and he says that's just like Americans to be bullies, and yeah, big propaganda. I mean, also a little true. Then we go straight to Adrian driving home. She gets to her home, and there's reporters there, and she's mobbed by them, and she doesn't know anything about the fight. She says,
Ouch.
"I don't know what you're talking about. Leave."
Yep.
Ouch.
Yep. Rocky gets home late at night, and Adrian confronts him about it. She says he doesn't have to fight, and he says he does. He's a fighter, and he can't change what he is. People don't change. You can't. He really laid into you can't change. I'm a fighter. I can't change. She yells at him that he can't win, and this is now the first montage, I believe, of the movie. Him driving around.
We had the short montage to start the movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we had that.
So this is the second montage of the movie.
It's the third because then we get the recap of the other movies with Apollo.
No, that's this.
That's
one.
what this
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what
here.
this is.
Okay.
Yes. So this is him driving in his car. We see scenes from scenes from all
previously
the
on Rocky.
Yeah, previously on all the movies, but intercut with just pictures of Drago being like super menacing and stuff like that. So it's like, I like it because when you think about it, it's like Rocky's train of thought. He's thinking, all right, Drago, and Apollo. I'm thinking about Apollo. Now I'm thinking about my kids and how and my wife. But I'm still thinking about Drago, how I'm gonna fight him and stuff like that. It does give it like, it's a good montage. It's a little too long.
Stop it. This movie's perfect.
So
There's nothing wrong with this movie.
uh,
Not even that stupid robot, Bill.
well,
I
here
wanna
it comes
hear
again.
I want to hear it.
Now they're getting ready to leave for Russia, and the robot is basically Paulie's wife.
Yeah.
He's having sex with this robot.
I
He says
don't know
something,
what he
and
says.
I can't find the. I was just now looking for it, but he says something to like the limo driver along the lines of like, "Yeah, she's gonna get her wires tied when I get back," or something like that.
Jesus Christ!
Like he's worried about knocking this robot up.
he's
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
going with Rocky
Yes.
to Russia.
It's weird that he wants to impregnate a robot. Is
He
that
doesn't
weird?
He doesn't want to.
You're right.
He, wants to make sure
He
can't impregnate this robot.
He needs to make sure he can't have a robot baby. This movie is the best. It's the Stone Cold best. 10.0.
All right. Paulie's going with Rocky to Russia, obviously, because Paulie doesn't do anything by himself.
And he does at one point, I think it's a little later, but say like, you could have dropped me when I'm being a bum, but you come me around.
Oh yeah, that's when they're about to walk out.
Yeah, there's quite a quote there.
Rocky says goodbye to Junior. That's about all I got.
See you, Junior. Me and your mom are be gone for months.
For the second
Actually,
movie in
no.
a row, we're just gonna leave you home.
No, Adrian stays home
For now.
for now. Yes, it wasn't his idea that Adrian should come, but oh damn, they got rocked. So Rocky then flies to Russia. They get to Russia. Then we get Burning Heart by Survivor,
Fucking awesome.
which is just them showing off what Russia looks like.
Yeah.
A montage of what Russia's like.
It's
Yeah,
cold and snowy.
it's cold.
in this
Cold
part
and
of
snowy.
Russia.
Nobody likes Rocky. He's being spied on by the two guys.
Not even
Everybody's
spotted, he's just being followed.
Yeah, everybody's stone faced. That's that montage.
Okay, there is something that they say though when they first pull in. He says like, and Paulie's going like, "Where are we?" He's
Yeah.
like, the Russian guy's like, "Everything you asked for is in the barn."
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when he's doing
Yes.
his Russian in the barn training montage.
Right. It's not.
They specifically said everything you asked for is there.
Okay.
He knows what to do. As Duke said, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You just can do your thing, right? Yup. That's part of the.
do trading.
That's
What
part of
does
it.
he do in the barn that's odd that it's there?
He like
Instead of asking for actual exercise
like,
equipment,
like weights and stuff.
Okay.
He's got like a bag of rocks on a rope that he's doing his tricep machine.
he's
with.
got the.
He's doing chin ups from like
Yeah.
the upstairs of the barn, like hanging down over the edge.
Okay.
He could have probably just said, "Hey, if I'm going to come train for this big giant fight, can you get me a dumbbell and a bench set?"
He also has
Yeah,
like
but, like-
the wooden wagon that he bench
Yep.
presses.
Yeah, that he's doing squats.
chains.
Forgetting who Rocky
Chains.
is.
Exactly.
Rocky punches
I'm not arguing against
frozen
it.
meat.
I just want to point out
You are
the
forgetting.
Russian guy specifically says everything you asked for, Rocky, is here.
He likes his workouts to be weird.
He knows.
Doesn't like the just going to the
he
gym.
He needs to get that dog in him, as they would say.
Oh God. Because let's see, he punches the meat in the first one.
You
He
got to
chases
work
the
out in the real
chicken
world.
the
He
second
runs up the
one.
steps with the kids. That's what he does.
He chases the chicken too.
Right, right.
He
Then
dances in front of a mirror.
dances
in the third
with
one.
with Apollo.
Can we
the
recreate
third
that
one.
for a little promo? Like dance.
I
in front
don't
of
see
the
why
mirror?
we wouldn't.
I'd love to do that.
Jesus Christ.
All three of us in front of a little mirror, full length mirror.
So Rocky,
I will do this.
Rocky's staying in this secluded log cabin for his training, and he sees the official chaperones who are going to just follow him everywhere.
What are they for? Oh, they're just gonna spy on you.
Yep. Paulie's not happy. What are we going to do here?
There's no
There's
TV.
no TV.
What?
We don't even have an antenna.
There's no robots I can fuck. What are we gonna do?
Duke gives Rocky an inspirational speech about the rigors ahead.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I'm
Duke.
sorry. I wasn't paying attention to it too much.
He just gives a great speech. Here.
Great speech here.
Duke is great in this movie.
And then Rocky goes out for a run. He's wearing jeans, giant boots, and a leather jacket while he goes out for a run. And the chaperones follow him in the car. And
No.
then we get another montage of Drago is training in the lab and Rocky is training in the elements.
Here's the Duke speech. It's like, some weather we're having. Yeah, pretty rough. Perfect for what you got to do, though. Toughen you up. I guess. You're going to have to do everything by yourself, but I'll be there with you. Yeah. Paul's like my son. I raised him. When he died, part of me died. But now you're the one. You know what you have to do. Do it. Do it.
I'll try.
Thanks, Duke. Doesn't he also say, is this the one where he says no pain? No pain.
No pain.
No pain.
That becomes
No
like
pain.
their motto, and I
No
like
pain.
that. I like that.
Fucking awesome.
So when they're doing the side by side montages of Rocky training versus
Drago.
Drago in the lab,
Yeah.
one of the things they show is just running laps. He's running laps
In like
Yeah.
a giant empty area.
every say one time a lap. He reaches
Yes.
out and hits a speed bag.
He
on his-
punches it
Yeah.
once.
but
as he
it's not
goes.
like he just like offhandedly hits the speed bag as he runs by. It's
Yeah.
not like a regular part of whatever he's working on.
Yeah, he's just like that's where the speed bag training is, and
He just
like,
has to hit it on
it's
the way
just
through.
On the.
I just think it's funny that's
the
like,
track.
They just show him a
Just
couple
one
of times.
little
Like,
punch.
Run by and give it one little side punch.
Yep.
I like it.
It keeps his arms loose. Yeah, makes sense. Rocky grows a beard.
Yes.
Okay, so we
Yes.
during this montage, Rocky's growing a beard.
Yes, he gets it real quick.
He's got a very nice thick beard. He gets home from a run, and he's looking at the cabin, and we see Adrian. She's at the cabin. She says, "I missed you. I missed you. I'm with you no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what." And then we go right back into another training montage.
Yeah.
That's how long that scene was.
Yes.
It was 20 seconds long.
Well, you
Perfect.
don't wanna-
Perfect amount of time.
Dwell too much and wait. Don't you have a kid at home?
Wait, what's going on with
Wait,
Rocky
what happened to
Jr.?
her son?
Did you grow a beard? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you were there. I grew a beard.
So another training montage. Drago's punching power is going up higher and higher. He's over 2,000, but
He's over. What was that?
he's over 2,000.
He's over 9,000.
So glad you nerds know that reference.
The only reason I know that is
It's
because
from
of
Dragon
you.
Ball. Right?
It is Dragon Ball Z, but steroids. We see him take. He gets injected with steroids. So I like this little bit of propaganda because they're like, "Oh, the Russian can't do this without steroids, but the Americans doing it in the weather."
Right. Americans have done plenty of steroids, but also the Russians do a lot of steroids during.
That is
Till
true.
present day, they're still getting in
Continue
trouble.
They're
to get in
still-
trouble for it.
Yes, they will not
A
stop
lot.
doing steroids.
Yeah.
Can't
for-
stop, won't stop.
Is that the Russian motto? Hashtag can't stop, won't stop.
So Rocky causes the chaperones to crash because he runs so fast
He outruns the car.
Yeah.
in the snow, and they crash.
You
Because
ever try to run in snow? It's
it's
awful.
a fucking bitch.
Awful.
Isn't this the part where he runs up the mountain
And
too?
then he runs
in like
immediately up a mountain.
knee-high snow. He runs
Yep.
up a mountain. I
Yeah.
would die.
This is a mountain that kind of looks like it's a mountain from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Um,
He bear crawls up a mountain.
yep. That's a catch.
That's a catch.
Perfect.
So he then, when he's at the top of the mountain, he yells Drago's name a couple times.
Yeah.
Well,
He's got like at least a 2-hour walk back home.
that going down at night too, because
Yeah.
it's sunset when he's up there.
Yeah. He's gonna get attacked by a bear
Yeah. What?
because most of the Russian people
That's
are
why
just
he was
bears
calling
and coats.
Drago. He's like, I need a hand getting down.
Drago, help me!
Help
That's how,
me!
in the other movies, that's how he communicates. He literally yells out windows and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you
Yeah.
a call. Just say, hey, yo!
I don't need a phone. I just go.
your
Yo.
sister's with me. I forgot about
We're
that.
having a really awkward makeout in the kitchen right now. It's pretty weird.
Just gonna sink to our knees.
Yeah. Mick's here watching. Give it to her, Rock.
Oh my god! All right, we
Slap her in the bum, Rock.
Oh God.
all right. It's the day of the fight in Moscow. We see there are high-ranking Soviet officials in the crowd.
Oh no.
Paulie then talks to Rocky as they walk out. This is when he's telling Rocky, like, you stood by me. You didn't, a lot of other people would have just dropped me.
What does he say? I fucking unzip myself and step
Oh.
out and be someone else. I'd
Yeah.
want to be you,
I
Rock.
want to be you.
What
Which lasts
kind
like
of?
a second.
What kind of? What are you talking about, Paulie?
Also, I gotta say, it's brave of Paulie to be wearing an American flag in Russia.
Okay. Eh.
America.
I know I do a lot of stupid things like fuck your robot and do that. It's kind of weird. But if I could be anybody, I'd be you.
robot.
But it'd probably still fuck your robot.
Yeah, but then like a minute later, oh, Rock, you remember what I said about wanting to be you? Forget it.
So,
You're all hot.
Yeah, Rocky, they come out just all booze. That's it. Just no one cheer. It's all booze.
It's Russia. They hate him.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
hate America.
Rocky Jr.'s watching at home with some friends who has a brilliant line. That's my dad. And the kids go, yeah, no shit. That's why we're fucking here, you moron.
The only reason we're friends with you is because of this
because
weird
your
ass
dad
robot you got.
And your
Freaking-
dad is the champion.
Your dad is rich.
You're a fucking weirdo.
Your dad's rich, and you can make calls off of this robot's vagina. There's a receiver in there.
Drago then comes out to obvious thunderous applause. I do like that the announcers mention that it's an unsanctioned match.
Yes, they do at one point just make quick mention that they basically forced him to just hand in the belt for not defending it.
Also, real quick, these kids are watching this fight. What time is it?
Okay, so realistically, if the fight in Russia is
In, like, their prime time.
it's in Moscow prime time. You're looking at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. something
Probably
like
later
that.
than that. I feel like fights usually go off at like 9 or 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
nowadays.
always late.
Nowadays.
All right.
Probably
Well, let's just say for
Okay.
argument's sake, it's an 8 p.m. start. Russia likes
So,
to get to
and-
their stuff
And
quick.
they're living in
Philly,
They're still living in Philly?
I believe. Why would he ever leave?
That's true. So
He's a man of the people.
Philly is also on our time.
Yes.
So
The problem is where in Russia are because Russia
in
has like
Moscow.
7 times.
they're in
yeah.
Moscow,
Okay.
yeah. So
Still, it's-
8 p.m.
It's like 3 o'clock in the
Tuesday.
morning, probably.
in Moscow is 1 p.m. Tuesday in our time. So that's actually not that bad.
So
They're 7 hours behind us?
isn't that many?
So yeah,
No, they're
3
ahead of
hours.
us.
3 hours. No.
Yeah, yeah. So if it's 8 there, it's 7 here. Or I mean, it's 1 here.
That doesn't make fucking sense.
So it would be the middle of the afternoon then when these kids should be watching this fight, and it's dark.
Moscow time at 8 p.m.
It's flawed. We'll just
Yeah,
say that.
8 p.m. Tuesday in Moscow is 1 p.m. Tuesday in Troy, New York, is what it's saying. That
Yes,
doesn't make
they're
fucking
ahead of us.
sense. Oh, yeah, okay. It does.
Still, the scene makes no sense.
So, yeah, like, because it looks like it's nighttime in both places, which is not going to be possible.
It's a
No.
rainy day in Philadelphia.
So, it's an unsanctioned fight. The Soviet anthem plays as a huge Drago banner is raised. Rocky and Drago stare at each other the entire time through the anthem. They're giving each other the eyes.
Is that what that's called?
That
Yeah,
was the
the-
confused
What are we doing here? How'd I end up in Russia? Where's Mick?
Where's Mick?
I died, you fucking idiot.
I died, you bum.
You bum.
I told
exactly.
you. I told you lose that fight.
Why'd you lie to me? You said we won. So Rocky's announced, and again, everyone boos him. Drago's announced, and the crowd jumps to their feet and applause again. Drago and Rocky are standing toe to toe in the center of the ring, and Drago's like a full head taller than him, like a foot and a half.
Yeah,
taller.
he's
And this is
in present day. This is light heavyweight versus like full on heavyweight. They're not even
Yeah.
the same class.
and this is definitely like they're making it so like Drago is because they're Sly Stallone. He's such a short guy,
He's not tall.
and
He's probably
What's his
standing on
name?
a box.
uh,
Dolph Lundgren is
Dolph
huge.
Lundgren is a legit 6'6" or
Yeah,
something.
he's
like that.
huge.
So this is another line that we get from Drago. I think this is the first line since "If he dies, he dies." He says, "I must break you."
Oh man, awesome.
So, first round starts, and Rocky goes straight to his good old-fashioned fighting technique of blocking the punches with his face. Rocky can't get inside of Drago's reach. He eventually worms his way in and gets some body shots to Drago's stomach, but Drago shakes it off like it's nothing. And then Drago knocks Rocky to the ground and gets him in the corner until the end of the round. Rocky says, "I'm seeing 3 of them," and Paulie goes, "Hit the one in the middle." And Duke goes, "Yeah, hit the one in the middle."
Duke's like, "Yeah, that's good advice."
Finally, Paulie's contributed to this guy's career.
Drago does not sit down between the rounds. He's just standing there waiting. Duke tells Rocky to hurt Drago. If he hurts him, he's going to lose his heart. He's never been in a real fight like you. If you hurt him, you got a chance. So Rocky starts throwing haymakers, and he's missing wildly, and Drago's making him pay. Drago's in complete control, but finally, Rocky lands a huge punch to Drago's face, and he cuts him. He cuts the Russian.
What a great moment.
He's human.
Basically, first punch that he connects with, he cuts the guy. It's huge.
You see, he's not a machine, he's a man!
Yep, Drago looks human, and Rocky goes at him. The bell comes, and Drago chokes Rocky against the ropes and punches him a couple times. Rocky then picks him up and slams Drago to the ground. Duke tells Rocky that Drago isn't a machine, he's just a human. And then Drago says something in Russian that I'm pretty sure should have had subtitles, but Netflix did not have them.
It's probably fuck you.
Because I know, if I had watched this on my DVD, it would have had subtitles of what Drago was saying.
Is this where he says he's made of iron or whatever?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
It's later, I think.
I think don't know.
I think at the end, that's when towards the end when he's really beat up. He's like, he is not human. He's a piece of iron. He actually says that in English.
Oh, he says it in English?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch it though.
I think so.
So, anyways, where'd it go? Oh, so then we get a montage of the next few rounds. Rocky's still getting dropped very often, but he's fighting back and he's making Drago pay every once in a while. They're exchanging some vicious blows. Drago keeps knocking Rocky down, but he obviously, in Rocky style, he just keeps getting up to Drago's disbelief. 12th round, and the announcer says a few cheers are starting to come around for Rocky. There's a few cheers in the crowd for him.
Yeah, all of a sudden, some people in Soviet USSR are rooting for Rocky.
Yep.
He's just so tough. You can't not root for him.
Yep. In this montage, there is no defense at all. It's all just everybody. We're just going to throw haymakers.
This is the kind of boxing that would be fun to watch, but doesn't exist.
Exactly. Now we're starting to get lots of Rocky cheering now, and the Soviet officials are looking pissed. They're like, "Why are people cheering for this fucking American?" So Duke says there's only one more round left to Rocky. The main Russian official who went to America with Drago comes down to the ring and he yells at Drago, and again, this should have subtitles of what he's saying.
I think it does on some versions.
Just not on Netflix. Netflix doesn't. Netflix is really bad with this kind of thing, where if you're watching a movie and it's supposed to have subtitles, it will not have the subtitles. So Drago picks the official up by his throat and throws him into the crowd. And from my memory, he says something to the effect of, "I don't fight for you. I don't fight for Russia. I fight for me."
He says, "I win for me."
Yes.
For me! That's what he says.
Just like that. Direct quote.
It's the last round's about to start, and they come to the middle to touch gloves. Drago says to the end.
Now, at this point,
Good
Drago is winning this fight, and it's not close.
Yes.
Like, if you're scoring
it, Drago wins.
He's winning, 145 to 90 or something. Like, it's not...
I don't know how they score boxing, but he's won 14 out of 15
He has to
rounds,
knock him out, which is why Duke gives the speech. All your strength, all your power, all your love, everything you got, right now.
No pain, no pain, No pain.
Duke
No
is
pain.
fucking awesome in this.
Duke is
MVP Duke.
Wrong.
All right.
But
If it's
he's
not
actually
Dolph Lundgren, it should be Duke.
wrong.
So Drago says to the end. Drago starts with some jabs, but Rocky keeps just keeps walking at him. He's eating these things. He's just fucking. He's hulked up. He's
Yeah.
eating these things.
Yeah.
And then Rocky starts unloading on Drago. They're trading punches in the center of the ring. Rocky starts hitting the body blows and has Drago up against the ropes. He gives Drago some vicious left hooks, and the final left hook, which sends Drago to the ground, and he stays down. The first time he's gone down all fight, and he stays down for the 10 count, and Rocky wins. The crowd loves it.
They go
Yeah.
nuts.
They're into it.
The Soviet officials are pissed. And then Rocky gives a speech to the crowd as the announcer translates for him. He says, during the fight, he saw a lot of changing about how the crowd felt about him and how he felt about the crowd. And, if I can change, and you can change, everybody can change.
Yeah.
And even the
Rocky
Soviet
gonna unite the
officials,
world.
even the Soviet officials stand up and applaud Rocky with the crowd because Rocky has now officially ended the Cold War.
He ended the Cold War.
It
was Rocky.
Yep, it was Rocky ending.
He
the
did
Cold
it
War.
with that speech.
But yes, he did. But then you figure Rocky he lost the belt. He's probably going to retire or whatever. This Russian nobody who's never had a professional fight just went 15 rounds with the world champion.
Yeah.
So you have to assume that there could be a Rocky 5 where it's just Drago killing everyone. Just shift focus to
Yeah.
Drago being an undefeated officially
Right.
world champion.
There would have been a rematch. There had to have been a rematch.
He would think. With the belt on the line this time, even though he doesn't have it technically.
So when you Google Cold War, 1985 to 1991 is kind of the unofficial beginning of the end of the Cold War. And I'm just saying, this movie came out in 1985. So Rocky ended the Cold War.
Yes.
Yeah. Tear down that wall.
Oh, you know what we haven't done yet? Because I forgot about it.
Oh.
boy.
Let me see if I can copy and paste the eBay war. We ready for it?
Ready.
You ready?
Copy the image. Where is there's the rundown. So we're going to paste it right there. And there it is.
Okay.
It is Dolph Lundgren, Rocky IV,
Ooh.
autographed boxing trunks.
I like it.
Yeah. These they got the yellow band, the yellow stripe down the side, red trunks with the
sickle
hammer and
and hammer.
sickle and the star with Drago. It looks like he signed as Drago.
He signed it as Dolph Lundgren and then put Drago on
and then
underneath.
put Drago next to it. Okay.
Big problem. There's no quote. I will break you.
Yeah.
I love when
If he dies, he dies.
yeah, one of those. But
So
this is sweet.
item description: Dolph Lundgren, Rocky IV autographed boxing trunks. Product snapshot, product ID, category movie props and wardrobes, known for Rocky, celebrity Dolph Lundgren, authentication seller. Product description: Dolph Lundgren, Rocky IV autographed boxing trunks. Due to quantity levels, we do at times list a stock image of the product. This is done to standardize and expedite the listing process and only applies for merchandise that is comparably identical. Our guarantee is simple. The excellent reputation of each supplier we do business with is the reason we stand behind every item we sell. Since we opened our hand-signed memorabilia division in 1996, we've built relationships with the most reputable memorabilia companies in the business. When you buy from us, you are purchasing an authentic and truly unique piece of memorabilia. More items.
Wow.
So yeah, they really don't talk anything about the badass, cool little, cool boxing trunks they've got.
But they are cool.
They
They're
look
cool.
awesome. So the current leader of you guys, Ryan and Bill. Ryan is up 6-5 on Bill.
Okay. Means I have to go first.
Means
does.
Ryan has to go first.
Disadvantage when you're up. $700.
Ooh. So either go $701, or I say $100.
100?
Yep.
Well, you win. Neither of you are close.
Who wins?
I do.
Bill does. Bill wins,
Oh, okay.
but neither of you are close.
$500.
300.
Technically, Ryan, you're closer. It's $399.99.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm looking
Taking
for
my title back.
Tied up.
Yeah. It doesn't have payment options.
How many
I'm sure it
rubles?
does, but I just don't see it. But yeah, so Bill wins that, and you guys are all tied up again.
Heck yeah.
Ryan
Wow.
and Bill 6-6. All right, let's go to what do you want?
Quote Mountain?
Quote Mountain first.
I will break you.
I
That might be
must
the one.
break you.
I must break you. Sorry.
It does. It does.
It's one of those. Right?
It's hard to I must break you.
I think it's I must break you. No doubt.
I'm good with that, Bill.
Yeah.
All right, I must break you. Who's our MVP then?
I'm going to throw out one.
There is one answer, but go ahead.
I know you're both going to say James Brown.
James Brown.
James
is the
Brown
correct
is
answer.
not the goddamn answer.
Yeah, there is one answer, and it's James Brown.
James Brown is my vote.
It's James
you guys
Brown.
can vote whoever you want, but James
Yeah.
Brown is the answer.
All right, I'm going to give you a another option, which it shouldn't be. It should be James Brown. Hearts on Fire, the song. Fucking banger,
I
man.
hate you guys.
Fucking banger.
All right, so-
Not as big of a banger as James Brown.
It
James
is-
Brown is the winner.
It is James Brown.
It is.
Unfortunately, it's James Brown.
What do
Unfortunately,
you mean
who do you
unfortunate?
say?
What do you mean
I feel like
unfortunately?
Duke deserves it.
Duke is excellent.
Duke
Duke
is great.
deserves it.
is
Drago
not
deserves
the
it.
Godfather of Soul.
He's not the Godfather of Soul. That's fair.
Duke's great. Drago's great. Rocky,
Duke has been in 4 movies now.
maybe
Yeah.
Rocky's best. The most. I like Rocky in this one. Like, he gets the revenge for
That's
I'm
true.
excited about.
Okay.
Trains
yeah.
hard in those montages. He outruns those guys. He
But-
climbs a mountain.
There's no character there.
That's the best Rocky.
All he needs to do is win, baby. Just win, baby. Yeah, James Brown's the winner. The greatest scene in movie history.
I think character-wise, Rocky's best movie was the first one.
Oh yeah, well he did more shit in the first one, but this is the most like
This is
I
the
cheer
most
for him the
fun.
most.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the current rankings are of these 4 movies, or of these 3 movies that we've already watched? Do you want that to factor into your ratings?
Do we? How much weight do we put on the Living in America scene?
Well, that's so here was my thinking on this. Going into watching the movie, I thought like this is definitely the best one. By the time I got to the end, I thought, well, it's definitely the best scene, but overall, it's not the best one. Now, I think maybe I'd feel differently if I actually watched it during Cold War, because I think
Oh yeah.
all that stuff would have hit so much harder.
Yeah.
Still an excellent movie, but I don't think it's the best one as a whole. Best scene as a whole, I still think probably the first one's the best of the Rockies.
Yeah.
8.5.
I was gonna say
he just completely ignored you.
I'm gonna say 7, 8,
Uh,
7, 9, 7, 8, 7. I'll give it a 7-9.
7-9. All right. I think I also have to give it a 7-9.
So this makes it the best Rocky.
This will make it the best Rocky.
I'll give it an 8.0.
No.
I'll lower it down. I was just doing that
So-
for a bit.
With your original of what'd you say, 8.5?
Lower it to 8. It's fine.
Well, with your 8.5, it brings it to 8.1,
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
which makes it the best Rocky movie.
Still okay with it.
It's
8.1.
It's a great movie. It didn't. I think really the robot stuff took me out of it a little bit because it's just so weird and out of place.
Are you truly complaining about the fucking robot?
Compared to the rest of the movie, yes. Paulie having sex with a robot is not as good as him training in the Russian mountains,
Yes.
and it's nothing compared to
Okay,
James Brown.
it's not as good as those scenes,
So-
but it brings character to the movie.
Officially, we have Rocky 4, 8.1, Rocky at 8, Rocky 2 at 7.9, and Rocky 3 at a lowly 7.7.
They're all like the same range.
They're all good movies.
Yeah.
So with that in mind,
With that in mind,
we're gonna do it. We're gonna finish it up.
Rocky
All right,
5,
Rocky 5 it is.
the first chunk of Rocky movies is going to be
With,
complete.
Tommy Gunn, right?
This is the
This one I
By
honestly don't think
far
I've ever seen. I think I've seen
biggest-
only the fight. I don't
this
think
is
I've ever seen
a
the whole
piece
movie.
of trash from what I remember.
I for sure watched it. I don't remember it. Don't remember
bad
like,
movie.
any of it.
This is a bad movie
I don't especially want to watch it, but if we don't watch it now, we will not ever watch it.
because it's so bad.
And it just makes
Go-
sense to finish out the original.
Yeah, if we
run
finish
there.
out the original ones, then we can start clean with the Creed movies.
Well, what
in a
we're
couple
missing
months.
Rocky Balboa.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
But
That's
that's
a-
not
That's a bad movie.
that's
too.
much later. I've never seen that. At
Is
all.
there's just Rocky Balboa. There's not another one where
Balboa
he fights, right?
2?
I think it's just Balboa,
Yeah,
I believe
okay.
that's
and then three, and then there's three.
So there's
Creeds.
9 total in this universe.
I believe so.
5, 6, yeah, 9. Well, did Creed 3 come out already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Creed 1 is generic. We're getting Creed to box.
Yeah.
Creed 2 is a rip off of Rocky 4. He fights Dolph Lundgren's kid.
Oh, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, okay. But it's
Because
not like Cold War.
Lundgren's
stuff.
kid
It's just-
killed his dad, or Lundgren killed his dad, so he's
Yeah.
going to get his own revenge. And then the third one is the one with the dude who's
from his
past, who's
yeah, who went to jail and
the
stuff like
actor
that,
who's
yeah.
in like everything, but then he got arrested or whatever for domestic abuse.
the actor
Kang,
did?
Kang, the Conqueror guy.
The actor did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
The guy who plays Kang. What's his fucking name? I forget his name now. The guy from the Marvel movies.
Fucking A, what? Yeah.
I forget his name, but he's in like a ton of movies in that little span.
Ryan
No,
Jonathan Majors.
that's Jonathan Majors.
Coogler? Oh yeah.
Coogler's the director of Creed and I think Black Panther. He does both. But also supposed to be Creed 3. Also supposed to be good. Actually, Creed 3 is directed, I think, by Michael B. Jordan.
Director Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
All right.
who's also great.
Yeah. So there are 9 total. There's the first 5, then
Yeah.
the one Rocky Balboa.
So we need to somehow squeeze that one in someday, and then get to Creed.
Yeah.
Or
That I feel like we could do
at a later time.
just like by itself. Like once we do a Creed, we have to do the other 2 Creeds.
Right.
But like Rocky Balboa can be by itself.
I agree. All right. That'll do it. We're out of here. One more Rocky to go. Hopefully Wally doesn't go on another weird ass vacation and leave us in the dust.
Fuck off.
All right. We will see you next time. Peace
They're going to the wedding.
out. You should have gone to the wedding.
Ding ding.